The Paris Agreement is an international commitment to curb global warming below 2 degrees Celsius. It asks all countries to communicate their climate actions, known as Nationally Determined Contributions, or NDCs. The historic deal affirmed the framework for reducing emissions from deforestation and forest degradation, and the role of sustainable management of forests, conservation, and enhancement of forest carbon stocks, or REDD+. Forest and land use mitigation measures are mentioned in more than 70% of NDCs. Developing countries that participate in REDD+ must develop a reference level. These benchmarks assess a country's REDD+ performance by providing a quantitative way to measure emissions reductions and removals. Reference levels are expressed as tons of CO2 equivalent per year for a reference period against which emissions are compared. Countries are eligible for having their emissions reductions recognized when they fall below the reference level. Most countries have chosen a simple historical average as the construction approach for the reference levels. The length of the reference periods varies widely, from 8 to 22 years. Countries can choose to take a stepwise approach to developing their reference levels. This allows them to improve them by incorporating better data and methodologies over time. The scope of the reference level needs to be indicated. Some countries only include carbon dioxide or CO2 emissions that result from deforestation. This is often the largest source of emissions from forests and relatively easy to estimate. Other countries include emissions from forest degradation and CO2 that is removed from the atmosphere by new or restored forests. Apart from CO2, countries may also include other greenhouse gases in their reference level, like NO2, which is released by forest fires, or methane gas, CH4, which is stored in large quantities in peatlands and mangrove forests. After a reference level is submitted, the UNFCCC organizes a technical assessment process with the country, and the results are made public. The country can then measure and submit REDD+ results using the same methods as the reference level. As of February 2019, 39 countries submitted 44 reference levels to the UNFCCC. The submitting countries represent 1.5 billion hectares of forest, which is 37% of global forest area. 13 of them are located in Asia and the Pacific.